When it comes to aligning the contents of a cell, you can do it both vertically and horizontally. In this example, I'm looking at the labels of the months January through April. Well, right now I won't be able to show you how you can align it more vertically because, look at the space. If I align it to the top, where's it going to go? So let's go ahead and open up row 5 more by coming over and hovering just below the row header number 5 and above 6 until I can see arrows pointing up and down. And then click and drag to stretch row 5 about yay big. Okay, that'll work. So with it selected, let's come up here on the Home tab, go to the alignment group, and you have the 3 vertical alignments and the 3 horizontal. Now for the vertical, you can see when you hover over it, it's already highlighted that the range that I have selected, the contents of those cells are aligned to the bottom. If you want to align them to the middle, go ahead and click it. There's the middle. You can see it here. It's obvious because of all the space. We're down below in row 7. If I aligned it to the middle, where's it going to go? So let's go ahead and come up here and click to the top. And then for horizontal alignments, we can do left, center, and then right. And let's go back to the way it was, which was center and to the bottom. Now for some fun, if you want to go ahead and change the orientation of the contents of the cells, go ahead and click on it. And you get some options like angle counterclockwise. Ooh, that sounds pretty kooky. Let's go ahead and click on that. And hey, that actually looks pretty cool. Next, I want to show you how you can merge your cells. So for example, in cell A1, because the contents can't fit within the entire column, it bleeds over into the next column. That is, as long as there's nothing there. You know, it's like at home, laying on the couch. You stretch out, but at the moment somebody comes in, you pull up your legs and you sit down. So if some data is being entered into cell B1, type in a number, hit enter, then it gets cut off. And the only way we're going to be able to see the entire contents is to either select the cell, and you can look up here in the formula bar, or again, we're going to have to go ahead and click and drag in between the column headers and stretch column A all the way over until we can see everything here that's within it. So instead, let me go ahead and hit undo. And so it's now bleeding over. What you can do is you can make it permanent. In other words, you can go ahead and merge those two cells together. So you've got enough space here that's going to require 2 cells without it bleeding over that you can merge to fit the contents of cell A1 into both A and B1. Or better yet, you can go ahead and merge A through E. Ooh, that sounds pretty crazy, but we're going to do it. So to do that, come up here after you select the range that you want to merge, and on the Home tab to the alignment group, and it's right there. The default button is merge and center, so when you click on it, it'll merge the range of cells that I have selected, and then after it's done merging, it'll align it horizontally, that is center-wise. And you can do it that way, or click on the drop-down arrow. There's the same button, merge and center, or you don't have to use the alignment option. You can merge across or merge the cells, and well, we'll unmerge them in just a minute. So let's go ahead and merge it, and then align it, center align it, cool. So you can see with it selected, when you click off of it, that it takes up all the cells there in row 1, A through E. And so when you want to go to cell D1, what does the name box say? Not D1. Excel now sees it as A1. So anytime you merge any cells together, the first cell in that merge is what's going to be referenced over here in the name box. It no longer sees it as separate cells, but as individual cells, that is the beginning of the merge, which is cell A1. You can do it that way, or you can, well, when I tell my students, when in doubt, right-click, because more often than not, what you're looking for is going to be found either in the shortcut menu or on the mini formatting toolbar instead of perusing all the different tabs to find it. But here we go. We've got it right there, merge and center. So it's highlighted. If I deselect it, it unmerges it, uncenters it, and it goes back to the way it was. And if for some reason, if the alignment's off, like it looks like, let me click on that, looks like that, well, because it's aligned to the right side of the cell, and then it goes backwards and it gets cut off. So you can go ahead and undo it, or align it to the left-hand side so it bleeds over into cell B because nothing's there. Now, if that doesn't work for you and you're like, look, I don't want it to bleed over into cell B, but I don't want to merge it, the other option that you have is you can go ahead and wrap the extra text instead of going over into the B column to put it and tuck it underneath camping gear. And that's called text wrapping. So with the cell selected, let's come up here on the Home tab, go to the alignment group, and it's right there. A little wrapping, yo, yo, yo. So go ahead and click on it, and it takes the text and just wraps it around underneath what it couldn't squeeze within the width of the column here, and it starts stretching it open more vertically. So if I come in here and double click to do an edit and add some more text. You see it keeps wrapping. Hit enter and it adjusts it and makes that row a lot larger. So if I had another cell here that had more text than in cell A1, it would fit it to the largest text within that row, and it would be a lot larger. And then of course, if you want to get rid of that or go back to the way it was, where it was bleeding, select it. Come back up here on the Home tab to the alignment group and just deselect Wrap Text. And we're back to where we started, except we have some more text. Now, in addition to those options within the alignment group, you can go ahead and click on its expandable dialog box button. And let me click and drag the title bar over here. So we're in the Format Cell window on the Alignment tab, and you can adjust the alignments both horizontally and vertically, as we did here. But we've got this left indent if you want to adjust it horizontally. Let me click on the drop-down arrow. You can do a right indent. So let me show you what that indent does. So with left indent, let's do 2 to see what that looks like. It's going to take the contents of the cell, and instead of you coming in here and hitting the spacebar several times to move it over, when you use spaces within a cell, you're not going to be able to use some advanced features in Excel. So to get around that, if you want to see a space, then do an indent without actually putting spaces within the cell, so it moves it over for you. So let's see what 2 looks like, an indentation thereof, and click Okie dokie, and that's not too bad. So when you double click in it, and you want to go to the left, you can't use the arrow keys, go to the left because there's no spaces, it's an indentation. Cool. Go ahead and hit the escape key to pop back out of that, and then come up here and click on the expandable dialog box button again, and we can go back down to 0. And then you got your alignment vertically, top, center, bottom, justify. In your text controls, you can do the wrap. And if you have a cell that has wrap text, this will be checked. You can come in here and uncheck it, or you can come up here and deselect it. It's your flavor. And then shrink text to fit, so it'll shrink it so it's a lot smaller to get everything within that cell. And of course, you can merge the cells. If you already merged them, this will be checked. You can uncheck it here to unmerge them. And then you got the text direction. You can click on the drop-down arrow. You can do right to left. So instead of going from left to right, camping gear, it'll flip it around. I'll leave it as is. And then you have the orientation, which if you want to go ahead and, as we just did, but those were templates that let me click and drag this out of the way. Right here, the default, if you want to get more particular, degree-wise, like 27 degrees, let's go ahead and go with that. You can type it in the spin dial box, or like you just saw me here, click and drag the tip of it to move it around, and let's do 30, okay, 38, click OK, and oh, that's crazy. Oh, I better undo that. Let's come up here, hit undo. Oh, we're back to the indentation of 2. Okay, let's go ahead and click the expandable dialog box. You don't have to watch this. I just want to clean it up. Hey, that's just the way I roll. Let's go ahead and click OK, and we're back to where we started. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please look in the description below this video.